Early July 2026 brought a breaking point for atmospheric stability across the northern hemisphere. Forests that were deeply green weeks prior were rapidly browning, losing their core moisture under relentless shimmering heat. This map shows the underlying trigger, a persistent synchronized heatwave clamped down across multiple continents at once. Massive high-pressure ridges trapped dry, stagnant air over millions of square miles, preventing any relief from precipitation down on the ground. The physical toll was absolute soil baked into deep, rigid fissures. The root systems of dense vegetation were completely stripped of their critical water reserves, leaving the flora dangerously brittle. Combining high temperatures and total moisture depletion turned the hemisphere into a synchronized powder kick. A single spark anywhere could trigger a massive continental chain reaction. To understand the sheer scale of what happened next, we have to look at a highly specific 2-week window, July 14th through July 28th, when disasters of this magnitude hit. Information degrades, instantly feeds flood with recycled videos from past years and miscaptioned footage that obscures the actual locations and threat levels. Because of that, the timeline we are building here relies entirely on authenticated sources. We are strictly utilizing verified satellite telemetry, official emergency response data, and press reporting authenticated by established newsrooms. When entire regions are burning simultaneously, clear data dictates where water drops go and who needs to evacuate immediately. Relying on verified information saves lives. On July 14th, the crisis ignited. The immediate focal point was the Mediterranean basin. This map shows the synchronized outbreaks. Red data notes light up across France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Turkey. The situation instantly escalated. Intense high-pressure systems generated sustained gales, driving aggressive fire fronts far beyond established containment lines. Within this 5-day window, hundreds of thousands of hectares of vegetation burned. Governments issued immediate mass evacuation orders, forcing tens of thousands of residents and tourists to flee toward the coasts. Local emergency crews were quickly overwhelmed. They were battling a systemic unified regional collapse where neighboring countries could not spare mutual aid because they were fighting their own fronts. By July 19th, the fires crossed the Mediterranean, pushing aggressively south into North Africa. Algeria quickly became a critical zone in Buira province. Satellite telemetry confirmed the scale of the damage. Verified estimates showed over 11,000 hectares burned across the northern mountainous regions alone. At the exact same time, the crisis jumped continents to North America. In Oregon, driven by the same intense dry winds, an aggressive wall of flame immediately crowned the treetops. Press agencies authenticated the rapid evacuation orders sweeping the Pacific Northwest. Concurrently, they verified sudden aggressive ignitions spreading rapidly across the Canadian border, and then it reached the United Kingdom. Deep burn scars carved through the rolling hills of Scotland, an environment where vast, destructive wildfires of this magnitude are historically rare. Seeing massive ignitions in traditionally wet climates like the Scottish Highlands in the same week as the arid mountains of Algeria confirmed the underlying reality. The conditions governing fire behavior had shifted on a planetary scale. Entering the final days of July, halting the spread required a massive international logistics operation. Fleets of aerial tankers were deployed, dropping heavy payloads of red retardant directly into zero visibility smoke columns. But responders were fighting a second front online. Panic-inducing unverified videos surged across social networks, frequently outpacing actual emergency broadcasts and confusing residents trying to find safe evacuation routes. Stripping away the digital noise left a grim, authenticated reality. Official reports began logging thousands of destroyed homes and destroyed businesses, alongside mounting confirmed casualties caught in sudden fire shifts. By July 28th, the extreme atmospheric pressure finally began to ease. Containment lines held in parts of Oregon and southern Europe, allowing crews to secure the perimeters around the most vulnerable population centers. Beating back the flames demanded a massive dual-front strategy. It required international coordination to drop water on the physical fires and strict information discipline to stop the spread of digital panic. As July ended, the true scope of those 14 days became visible from orbit. A continent spanning columns of smoke drifted across the oceans, linking the distinct disaster zones into one continuous visual. This chart aggregates the final verified data. You can see the total acreage burned, peaking severely across the three main continental zones: the Mediterranean Basin, North America, and North Africa. The human cost was equally steep beyond the confirmed fatalities. Governments had to manage the complex logistics of housing, feeding, and relocating massive, suddenly displaced communities. The total acreage burned and the sheer volume of displaced citizens established the new baseline for modern synchronized climate disasters. The distinct isolated fire seasons that once defined regional calendars have merged. The heat waves of mid-July created a singular planetary crisis. This creates a resource draft when multiple continents ignite at once. The international agreements used to share aircraft, equipment, and highly trained personnel are stretched to their absolute breaking points. Surviving this escalating environment requires strict discipline. It demands an absolute reliance on verified facts and seamless international cooperation, cutting through the reactive panic to deploy these limited resources exactly where they are needed. Accurate verified data provides the mandatory foundation for building global resilience in a warming world.